Why it's more expensive to be poor. In today's video, we're revealing why it's more expensive to be poor. Stay tuned because you don't want to miss this. Welcome back to Money Mindset, the ultimate hub for finance content. If you're looking to become better at managing money and earning, then you're in the right place. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to never miss another finance update. Without further ado, let's jump into our list of why it's more expensive to be poor. Being poor is more expensive than being rich. This may sound like nonsense, but it really isn't. Sure, a rich person may spend $1 million in a year and a poor person may have spent $12,000. The thing is that we have to do an accurate comparison. Simply putting dollars next to dollars isn't going to get you an accurate picture. Being poor is expensive, more expensive than being rich. A rich person spends a lot more money on any given day, week, month, or year, but most of that money is on luxuries. Even taking into account their bills being much higher, you really have to consider how they're living. A rich person often has a large house or mansion, multiple cars, a boat, and more. These things all generate some pretty high bills, right? Sure they do. What percentage of their income is going to pay for this though? Even if they're spending money as quickly as they get it, they're still getting far more bang for their buck. Let's look at what a poor person is spending their money on. They're paying rent, their bills, groceries, gas money, and more. They may have some small amount of money for minor luxuries, but the bulk of their paychecks are going to simply survive. Many poor people will spend something like 40 to 50% of their income on their home. That home is often pretty low frills. It has the basic necessities and little more. When something breaks, it can often be difficult getting their landlord to fix the issue in a timely manner or even at all. There's little recourse for this. When they buy food, they're rarely buying food that's all that healthy. Some people argue that it's plenty cheap to buy healthy food, but unless somebody is just going to eat straight fruit and vegetables, that's not really the case. The cheapest food that doesn't taste awful isn't very healthy. This can lead to health issues over time. A poor person will often be unable to afford health insurance. If they can afford health insurance, they definitely can afford healthcare. It's very common for people to choose to ignore a health issue because it's too expensive to go to a doctor. Sure, we have Medicare, but a lot of people aren't quite that poor. When an almost inevitable health emergency occurs, it can absolutely devastate them financially. A few $1,000s may not seem like much, but if you don't have it, it just creates a hole for you to fall in and struggle mightily to climb out of. Poor people also have to buy the cheapest products. They have to buy cheap clothing that wears out faster, cheap electronics that stop working sooner. They have to get used cars that often have multiple issues from the get-go. That means they have to keep replacing items on a regular basis. That means they spend more money more often on what they need. Being poor generally puts you at a point where you are one small financial emergency from your life being even worse than it already was. They also have to keep spending money on low-quality items because they can't afford higher quality stuff. Some of the things they can't afford directly impact their health. Honestly, the worst part isn't that it's more expensive though, it's the stress. Poor people have a mountain of pressure on them on a daily basis. As I said, they're one small emergency away from financial ruin. That one small emergency can take years to dig yourself out of. And that wraps up our list of why it's more expensive to be poor. We hope you found these tips helpful. Which of these tips was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next finance adventure here on Money Mindset.